Hey, you clicked on the thumbnail because it promised you the inside scoop, and that's what you're going to get in this video. You're going to get the inside scoop on being in relationship, being a woman in relationship with a narcissist partner, and it's driving you crazy. It's driving you crazy, and you're wondering, is there any good news out there? Is there anything worth trying? Okay, I'm Dr. Don Russell. I'm a therapist, I'm a psychotherapist, but I'm not your therapist, and so take this video as education. This is not therapy, this is education. And I am the founder and leader of the Russell Healing Institute, where one of the things that we do is a detox your marriage help. So let's get into it. You've probably watched lots of videos on YouTube that basically pile on about the narcissist partner, and you've heard it, read it, seen it 100 times that narcissists can't change. Well, stick with me in this video because you're going to get help, you're going to get understanding, you're going to get strategies, and you're also going to get challenged. Let's start with the challenge, but don't give up at the challenge. Persevere through the end. I promise it's going to be worth it. Narcissists can change. That's the most common refrain out there. And in my opinion, it's, first of all, it's not true. And second of all, it's not actually very helpful. It's not very helpful to think about. What it does is ironically, it objectifies your partner. Right? It turns your partner into an it or a them out there, right? Not a real human being. Let me make that make sense to you. And this is the challenge, just to dig right into this video. Hey, person listening to this video, has there ever been anything in your life that you have had great difficulty changing? A thought pattern, right? Like self-critical thoughts. I'm way too much. I don't weigh enough. I'm too fat. I'm too thin. I'm not pretty enough. I am mean and selfish, right? Self-critical thoughts. Have you ever had trouble changing that? Wait a minute. Wow, you can't change either. Or behaviors. Right? Are there any behaviors that in the past or in the present you've struggled to change and haven't been able to change? Maybe smoking, maybe drinking, maybe drugs, maybe shopping, maybe gossiping, right? And you thought to yourself, I should probably change that, but has it changed yet? If it hasn't changed yet, then don't click out of this video yet. If it hasn't changed yet, then wow, you actually have a point of identification with your narcissist partner because you can't change either. Well, you're going to get some help for that too in this video. Actually, it's going to be a series of videos. Hang in there because I promise it's going to be helpful. So back to your relationship with a narcissist man. It is brutal. It is painful. It is despairing. We talk with women in narcissistic relationships every week, and we're helping them out of it. We're helping them to flourish in those relationships. I know you've heard this. I just want to review it really quickly. Narcissism is a trait. It's a pattern of behavior, but it's also a diagnostic category in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Grandiose thinking, lack of empathy, the drive to be the most important person in the room. And it goes on. I'm not going to review that because that's not the point of this video. You already know that stuff because you've been watching 10 videos and listening to 15 podcasts on the topic, right? You have been researching. What I want to touch on in this video, as we dig into it, is I want to touch on the impact on you so that you know that I know that you're not crazy. Being in a relationship with a narcissist is extremely difficult because basically the narcissist takes up all of the air in the room, right? Sucks up all the oxygen in the room, takes up all the space in the room. It's very difficult to exist in relationship with a narcissist because they're so consuming, right? So you end up feeling dismissed, You end up feeling invalidated. You end up feeling ignored, controlled very often. And that leads to a very automatic response for you of internal anger. I'm angry. I'm so frustrated with that guy. He never listens to me. I never get my way. It's always his way. He's always doing what he wants to do, right? Anger, but of course, that anger, maybe you've tried expressing the anger in the past and jot a note in the comments about how that goes. But most typically, it doesn't take very long in the relationship before the anger has to be suppressed and repressed. And that leads to kind of a secondary response of hopelessness, despairing, shutdown. That really looks similar to depression. May or may not be depression, but definitely it sort of is very, very reminiscent of depression. Basically, lethargy in the body, lethargy in the thinking, difficulty concentrating, a sense of hopelessness, a sense of guilt, a sense of self-blame. You may be in that state. You may be in that zone. That is some of the effects of being in a long-term relationship with a narcissist. Okay, now the point I want to make in this video is that the person with narcissist personality disorder, they are presenting in this grandiose way, in this larger-than-life way, kind of holding the attention of the room, making everybody else feel that they're less important because the narcissist is the most important. I want to plant a seed here in this video for you to think about that is the presentation of the narcissist. In the next video coming up right away, link is right there. Click on it after we're done here. You're going to find out that there is much, much, much more to the story than that grandiose presentation or that very sort of vulnerable narcissist presentation where they're actually super dependent on you and you feel suffocated, or the dependent narcissist presentation that makes you feel like you are indispensable, again, in kind of a suffocating kind of way. There's more to the story, and we need to get into the deeper truth of this pattern of behavior in order for you to find the pathway out towards flourishing, loving your life, loving yourself, and sustaining yourself in the relationship. I want to be super clear here in this video. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you whether you should stay or whether you should go. That is absolutely your choice. And if you are a person of faith, then that is a decision to sort out between you and your God. So I'm not going to weigh in with my opinion about that because, again, even though I'm a therapist, I'm not your therapist, and this is not therapy, this is education. Having said that, I want you to know that in the cases of the countless women that we have worked with in our helping through Russell Healing Institute, in almost every case, the woman gets to the place where she is enjoying her relationship, she's enjoying herself, she's enjoying her partner. And so there's a very strong likelihood that that will be possible for you, despite what you've heard from a multitude of sources. All right, so click the link, see you in the next video. If you want to just cut to the chase, of course, then what I'd recommend is click the other link below, and where you can just go straight to get more information about how we can be helpful in your situation. All right?